Hey there y'all, welcome back to another video, and today we are talking about Bomber Crew. I honestly loved this game and every little bit of it. I've gone back and played through it at least 3 full times. This recording is on my 4th play slot, which, one thing to note, you can get 6 playthrough slots with this, so it's kind of nice. You might notice that coming through in the next couple seconds. And of course, I'm here to talk about the achievements with the game, which, of course, I loved them all very much. They were all easily completed within the space of continuing to do the missions over and over again, getting points, all that stuff. Everything was very easy to do in one singular playthrough, with the exception of 2 of them I found, but I will talk about those when we get to them. First things first, the easiest mission is literally just to complete the first mission. That's probably the first achievement you'll get out of the way. It has the highest achievement percentage on Steam. Taking photos of intel sites, that's something you just kind of do in any given mission. There are usually opportunities for it that pop up that you can see pretty easily. There's also destroying targets, which you can do you get an achievement for doing it once, 20 times, and 200 times. And yes, you can run over 200 missions in the course of one singular campaign, because you get to points where you continue doing missions over and over again to farm points and money to be able to upgrade your plane to stand a better chance doing later, more complex and more dangerous missions. Then there's completing missions and successfully returning back to base. You get that for doing it your first time, your 25th time, and your 40th time. Then there is completing the mission with a full crew, which is not difficult to do, I would say. As long as you're careful about it, you're not going to lose any guys in the course of a campaign. You just have to make sure that you have a medic station on your plane and you have a hotkey to send them there. You need to be unafraid to use it during combat sometimes. Even if it's taking down one of your main guns out of operation just to save that guy's life, you're better off saving the dude's life. Then you have destroying planes as well. You have achievements for 150 and 250, as well as sinking submarines for 1, 5, and I believe 50. I did not know what the third achievement for that was. You also have other achievements such as repairing an engine mid-flight. That's going to come up because you can get your engines blown out specifically, as each part of your plane has a durability set on it. And you can get one of your engines completely destroyed mid-flight and have to have your mechanic crawl out on the wing of the plane to fix it to keep you from going down. You've got another one. Survive the mission with less than 5% fuel remaining, which isn't too hard to farm, if I'm being honest. You just take the time to circle around the airfield rather than ever deploying your landing gear. Just always keep flying back and forth till you get that low, because 5% fuel will get you most of the way across the Isle of Britain, which, a moment to talk about the setting. You are a Royal Air Force bomber taking missions as World War II progresses after the occupation of France, because your earliest missions are sailing across the English Channel and either attacking depots or attacking German submarines in the English Channel. And you take missions all the way back to Berlin is, I think, the furthest you end up going, but that's still a long flight time, and with enough variations in mechanics and enemy types and all that kind of stuff, it's honestly rather enjoyable. There is surviving a mission with, back to the achievements now, surviving a mission with 1 engine remaining, which means all 3 of your engines will have had to suffer completely catastrophic damage, and your last one gets you in, which is something you can do, and that's not just a video game thing. Bombers had been known to do that during the Second World War. Then there is Grand Slam. Grand Slam is for dropping the biggest bomb type you can carry. In the footage in the background here, you might notice that there is a limited number of bombs in the bomb bay if I ever hover over it. and that's because our gentleman there has, I believe, 5 standard-sized bombs, or sets of bombs, pretty much, that you can choose to deploy at a time. A Grand Slam takes all 5 slots. It is one huge bomb, and it is a bunker buster. Focus 4, another one you get over time. As long as you have 4 men manning guns, one on top, one in front, one below, and one behind, which you eventually get to upgrade all of these guns for greater and greater effect. All 4 of them with a gunner skill. Focus is something you unlock early on, and it helps them be more accurate when firing. Activating all 4 of them at once gets you that achievement. Then, finally, you have the end of the game. The final mission of the game is called The Bunker, because in this alternate history of this video game, you're the one to kill Hitler and the leader of those guys, the Germans during World War II. You get to bunker bust his bunker with the biggest bomb ever, and is the final mission of the game, and is the most difficult by far. Okay. Secondary thing I did not mention is fighter aces. There's a certain number of German fighter aces that exist in the field, I believe 12 or 14. There are achievements for encountering one the first time, because you don't tend to kill them the first time you encounter them. They usually overpower you a bit, and you kind of have to turn tail and run just to survive. But there's encountering one, killing 4, and having killed all of them, and each of them has a massive bounty that pays out in the money you can use to upgrade your plane. Finally, the last 2 that took me an extra time of looking into it to make sure to be able to get them. There is bailing your entire crew out, which is something you don't think of right away, and you cannot do it early on, as that would kill most of your crew, because you need to equip your plane with enough parachutes for all of them to survive jumping. And you can do it very easily. I did it on a return from a mission, as I had already gotten over friendly territory, so my guys wouldn't get captured, because that can happen. Your men can be captured and killed by German forces if you bail either in occupied France or in Germany. But if you bail over the English Isle, your guys make it back just fine. Your plane doesn't, and you have to buy your upgrades over again. So, don't do this unless you need the achievement. It's a poor idea. Wait till you need the achievement absolutely, and you've gotten through the campaign once, so you're not wasting money or progress. Last one is survive with only 2 crew. What I've noticed is as far as I could tell, you couldn't get it just by bailing out all but 2 of your crew members, and you need your navigator and your pilot at the end. You need all of them to be captured and or killed, as far as I can tell. So, again, final playthrough at the end, bail out everybody except for your navigator and your pilot, and you're able to get that. But that is all the achievements for this game, and honestly, I'm going to talk about how I feel about it. Again, I loved this game so much. It was so enjoyable to play, and it's very basic management. You're managing 7 men in an airplane with 4 gun turrets, an engineering post, a navigator post, a radar post, and a med bed. It's this tiny little space you get to zoom in on, and you get to look around while you're flying. It's very scenic. The story missions are very well written, I will have to say, with the interactive and dialogue you get. And overall, I just very much enjoyed this game. But that is everything for us today. Thank you all very much for watching the video, and go check out Bomber Crew on Steam.